versus Makola. Kejetia versus Makola. Purely satiric, you laugh and laugh. Kejetia versus Makola. New kind of cult where everything goes. A kind of cult where everything goes. Or the street meets the law in this funny cult. Inti wu nimra, mesumi nimra. Wu nimra, mesumi nimra. You know the rules, but I know the exceptions. You know the exceptions, but I know the rules. Kejetia Makola with
All rise. Your Lordship, Strad Opumpa, Kabote.
Good morning to us all.
Good morning.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Please, you may take your seats.
Please.
Interesting.
Very.
Well, I believe by now my instructions are very familiar to us all in this court. My name is not an adjective of the Agan language. It is a noun of sanctimonious expression. No form of interpretation whatsoever shall be accepted for it. 2, my court is a formal place of adjudicating the law, and no form of familiarity shall be expressed. And finally, I may not be the law, but the law speaks through me. And therefore, you will be advised as to how not to provoke me so that I speak, because it may affect your life. Punisher,
Yeah.
shall we proceed?
Of course, Your Honor. The plaintiff is suing the defendant for sabotage and financial loss. The plaintiff avers the defendant has caused them huge losses through certain actions, and so is seeking judgment against the defendant, as well as any such relief the court may deem appropriate. The court is in session.
Counsel,
Your Honor.
welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How are you doing today?
Your Honor, I'm doing fine.
Very well. May you proceed?
Your Honor, my client here have linked something to your this thing, your court.
Yeah, I see that.
Your Honor, my client here is the internet. And this
Your client is what?
is the internet.
She's internet.
Yeah. And this girl is some small girl who is popular in my client internet.
Oh. Your client operates an internet business.
He is there, Dada. He have that internet.
Oh, so she has
And
that.
sometimes he put this guy video or this guy picture. And people too like him. People too say that, oh, maybe this guy have wear some t-shirt. And people too say that we like it. So they go to buy some.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's a model.
All that thing. He model or he don't model. But still, the picture go there.
Okay, very well. And
By the way,
what's the issue?
Your Honor, what's the issue there? What's the issue? This, your defendant is this girl father. This girl biology father is that man.
Okay.
And the man
Biological.
Proceed, counsel.
fine. Your Honor, my client have wait. This girl is not saying anything. That time, a buffalo my client mind, so he come to find the girl and he asked him that what happened? That you have not sent something. And the girl tell my client that your father have take in phone that smartphone. He used to do that. The man have seized him. That he don't want to let this girl go to the internet talk.
Okay.
Now you are, if you do that, it's good for you. Your Honor, this thing, even you are not going to talk printing, you know that all the way the red have glowed, this time, because something, techno. Techno is this thing, synonyms for technologist. The red have glowed, so we have come to enter that distinct age, animal age. So we need something, like I said, computer or something else to learn to glow for it. This man sees my kind glow for it. Hey, this man.
The father.
Yeah, he have seized my kind glow for it. So we have come that tell the man to give my kind phone back to the back him.
Okay.
And also, this my kind too, because the guy have not blinked this thing for some time ago. He have lose some money. So he said that he wants 700,000 cedi for all the things that have happened to him. And
She wants 700,000 cedis.
Yeah. Because even one day, if the girl put that thing there, he gets plenty money. Like 100 cedi or 200 cedi. But because the man have made him lose 1 week, I tell this man to give my client that this thing, laptop and this phone that the man has seen.
The what?
The what?
The laptop.
Very well, very well.
Laptop.
Very well. Thank you very much. Opposing counsels.
Yes, Your Honor. Now let me start with this very popular, more like a rhyme or a poem or something like a song. And I'm sure you're familiar with it. Your Honor, it says, no, 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 no. Protect yourself, protect yourself. Think, protect yourself. Wise up, protect yourself. Wise up. Now, Your Honor, having done that,
Counsel,
Your Honor,
I think you'll be very advised to protect yourself.
thank you, Your Honor. It's protected. Now, Your Honor, a very sad case that has come to your court. Your Honor, this is a case of child labor, child right abuse, and sexual abuse. Why do I say this, Your Honor? Your Honor, the plaintiff here, that is in fact, the victim here, is a child, a 17-year-old daughter of my client here. Your Honor, let us see who a child is. According to the Constitution, a child is a person below the age of 18. So, Your Honor, this young lady here is a child. And as a father who is concerned for the well-being of her daughter, you wouldn't want to see your daughter do something that is wrong, that is illicit. Your Honor, how did it happen? My client here chanced on his daughter performing some things, Your Honor, you are going to love it. I'm sorry, you're not going to love it when you see it. Now, Your Honor, this is what we call sexual exploitation. Now, Barrister Makuji, please enlighten the court what sexual exploitation is.
Your Honor, if I may enlighten the court, sexual exploitation is the use of a person for sexual activity that causes or is likely to cause serious physical and emotional injury, or in prostitution or pornography.
Pornography. Porno? Your Honor, that is what they're using the young lady for. Please, continue.
Your Honor, talking about the young lady, if you bring it down to the young lady, another person, according to the Constitution, if you come to the section B, another person who is a child commits an offense and is liable on summary of conviction to a term of imprisonment of not less than 7 years and not more than 25 years. So what they are doing with their child is tantamount to imprisonment.
Child pornography. Your Honor, child pornography. And that is what they've been using this young lady, young girl for. Your Honor, we don't even want to waste your time with a lot of hula baloo and a lot of talk. Reminds us of a very, in fact, reminds only me, I don't know about him, but of a very popular song. Poo choo, tick tock, my bedroom. Shut up, Bohombai, and Tem, Yata, young doctor, and Tem, remember, Mijama Masan, and yeah, the top of them, and Tem, remember, Rafik, what, Niti, Pino, Pompa, Bonmoto. Your Honor, it could lead to that. Pompa, Bonmoto. Or perfect, what. And then, Your Honor, he's going to be very sad. And then, what is he going to say? Mamishe.
Your Honor, because of what they are making the child do all of these things, that is why the very prominent musicians said, in social media,
Your Honor, even there's a remix to it, and it says, Papatuo, Papato, Papatuo, Papato, Papatuo, Papato. Yes. You should probably look it up, Your Honor, by intimidation. So, Your Honor, oh, yes, that is what we will say for now. And I believe if we were going to be showing you and proving to this court beyond reasonable doubt why these people should probably be sent to jail, pay our legal fees, and, hand over the website to us. I mean, not to us, so that we close it down. Yeah.
Very well. Counsel,
Your Honor,
I'm sure you still believe you have a good case.
I have sit here, come here, to listen to all the concurrency story they have tell you. They say that they whatever they porno. This guy said that if you look at the guy is Yapodo. Your Honor, let me call my client, this woman, Wilhelmina, don't talk. You say what? Share.
Look at that.
So, tell Your Honor your name and how old are you?
My name is Wilhelmina Donto. I'm 28 years of age.
Your Honor.
And who is she?
You have here, Your Honor. Who is she?
I'm the PR for adulthub.gh.
Oh, okay. Did you create the hub?
Yes.
You created it. So how come you are the PRO? And not the CEO or the creative director or the owner?
Your Honor, you see, they created it themselves, created positions for themselves. They are the CEO, the PRO, the NGO, the everything over there. They are everything, but not the models. They are using small younger girls for modeling.
Well, very well. PRO, shall we continue?
Tell me. I don't like to go to internet. So that's why I've not got to your destiny. But that time you are sitting there, you hear that this man have talked praying to this thing. What at all are you do? Press the children who are come to your destiny, your internet.
You mean with the young girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Proceed.
So it's basically a website for adults. So she does the posting, texting, responding to clients. Basically, that's what she does. And posting explicit videos, pictures.
Of herself?
No, not herself.
She does not post pictures and videos
No.
of herself?
No.
She posts pictures and videos of other people?
Yes.
Is this your understanding?
Your Honor, that time she tell me the girl to, sometimes the girl put in own picture there. So maybe I have not understand the way you talk the thing.
Can you clarify this for us?
Actually, the only thing she has done is just the bikini shoot. Yeah.
Bikini shoot. Was that a goat? Sorry, Your Honor. I'll get to my turn. I'll ask her the questions.
I don't know what's happened. If a man who call himself big liar like this man, you see a small girl like this, and you are do this and you are like it, then if you get a girl, what are you going to do today?
No objection, Your Honor.
Sustained, sustained. Do you have any questions for?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Madame Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina.
Well, what?
Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina. Please. This young lady that works at your firm or at your website company, how did you employ her?
Okay, so we called in for interview.
Please, I can't hear you.
We
Your
called
Honor, please, can you hear her?
No.
We called in for interview and she came.
She came?
Yeah.
So what was the criteria for selection?
Age limit above 18.
Above 18, so anybody above 18 can work there?
Yes.
Anybody at all?
Yes.
What was the job requirement?
Basically to chat with our clients, post pictures, explicit pictures on our social media platform. That's all.
Explicit pictures of who?
Other people.
Other people. Now, you just made clear to the court that the young lady there also put her picture there.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But it was not in the job requirement. She wasn't supposed to do that. So why was she doing that?
Objection, Your Honor, Your Honor. The time that my client is give this, the girl, that time are you there?
That's why she's asking her. So
So ask, why you tell him?
So she will answer.
He tell the girl.
Counsel, can you rephrase your question?
So, why did she post pictures of herself then?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh! So that means you not even check the things that go on your website?
I do.
So if you do, so why don't you know how her pictures went on the internet? A website you manage. Now, did you know her age when she came?
Yes.
What did she say? How old did she say she was?
18.
18! And did you verify?
She wrote it on her paper.
So I come and
forms.
I write my name and I write, I am 85 years old. You take it as it is?
We
Now
state
she born you.
Counsel,
What the man is talk? What about that?
counsel.
If you
Allow
are,
your
say you're
client-
85.
Allow your client to answer the questions, okay?
The Your Honor, please tell the man to ask my client common sense.
No objection, Your Honor.
Let's over.
Okay, so you take it as it is. You don't do any background check on them, whether the person is a criminal or whether the person is underage. You know that people can feign. They can just come and pretend. So you take it as it is on face value. Is that what you're saying?
that is why we state it.
You
So
state
it's
what?
clear. We state the age limit. So we know that anyone who comes for the audition or for the interview is above 18.
Your Honor, no further questions.
Madam, I have a few questions of my own.
Please.
Has it subsequently come to your attention that the young lady is less than 18?
No.
You are not aware? When she posted pictures of herself on your platform, was it with your permission?
Yes.
It was with your permission. You were aware she was going to,
Yes.
and you agreed for her to go ahead,
Yes.
even though that was against your policies. Why was that the case?
Because it was fetching us money, so.
So your revenue generation is paramount beyond everything else. Okay, so now that you know that she's underage, does that bother you in any way?
Somehow.
Somehow. How exactly is that? Can you explain?
Because we don't allow people underage to do the job. Yeah.
So how long have you known that she's underage?
For 2 weeks now.
For 2 weeks now. So within that 2 weeks period, what have you done?
I'm still talking to the father to let her come back to work, but he wouldn't listen.
Your Honor, if
That
I
is
may
why I
interject.
brought it.
No, you may not. But you yourself had admitted that it is against your own policies. So now that you know, is it fair of you to ask of a father to release his underage daughter to do that which you yourself agree an underage person should not be doing?
At least until we find another person to replace her.
So if it takes a year, what happens?
Then she has qualified.
Counsel!
Your Honor, by that time she will be.
Counsel!
Your Honor,
Counsel!
I don't have anything to do with him.
So if it takes a year, what
That
happens?
won't happen.
Well, it has already taken 2 weeks. Anyway, thank you very much. You may return to your seat. Counsel, are there any other witnesses you want to call?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm good to call. Fresia Asante. So, tell Your Honor your name and how old are you? And who are you?
I am Felicia Asante. I'm 22 years.
What about who are you?
I am a follower of the site. Yes.
So, the time that the girl have not come to post something, what have happened to you?
I don't get information and I'm not getting, I'm not happy about it because I learn a lot from the site.
Oh. So you are waiting to learn something, but you have not get something to learn.
Yes.
So your life has become stagnant.
Yes.
Your Honor, this man is selfish. Only himself is important to himself. He don't think about somebody else. Self. Arrest my case.
And you said your name is Felicia.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Do you know that child pornography is a crime against the law?
Yes, I know.
You know?
Yes.
And you know that even if you are not the one producing it, once you patronize it, it is against the law.
But she didn't dress like she's a kid. She doesn't look like a kid.
I'm not talking about looks. I asked you a question.
Yes.
Do you know that even if you patronize it without producing some, it is still a crime?
Yes.
You know?
I know.
So you agree that you have perpetrated a crime?
No, I don't agree.
Why don't you agree?
Because the person I was seeing didn't look like a kid.
I'm not talking about looks. Whether she looked or she did not look, it has been stated clearly in this court that she is a kid, and now you know. So you agree you have perpetrated a crime? That is what I'm asking you.
Yes, I didn't know.
And you know that ignorance is no excuse as far as the law is concerned?
It is not my fault that they allow a kid to come and post stuff.
But it is your fault that you opened your eyes to look at it.
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
Yes, you see.
I like what I see.
You saw it. And
I liked it. And it was educating me.
It was educating you?
Yes.
How was it educating you? What education were you taking from it?
At least it was preparing me for the future.
Ah!
Yes.
Counsel, are you aware that your co-counsel is doing the question?
Pardon me, Your Honor.
Relax, we are coming to that. What future could a 17-year-old child be preparing a 22-year-old lady for?
Like I said, I didn't know. But the thing she was posting, at least, it was giving me much information on how to handle my husband in the future when I get married.
So the 17-year-old was teaching her to handle a husband?
Oh, yes.
Your Honor, I think my next question will come to the 17-year-old child if she is put here. No further questions.
Well, thank you very much. You may please take your seats. Counsel, would that be it for you?
Yeah, that's great for me.
Very well. Counsel.
Your Honor, would like to call to the stand. That is Mr. Amprechum, the father of the young lady here. Mr. Amprechum, you keep shaking your head left and right. What is wrong? How do you feel?
I'm so surprised, and in fact, I can't imagine my daughter going through that thing. When I saw it for the first time, I nearly collapsed. I couldn't believe my eyes that my daughter could do that. I was so surprised, Your Honor. Very surprised.
Were you surprised that your daughter could do those moves, or you were surprised that your daughter was on the site?
Both. I was surprised, on both. Because as a man of God and as decent as I am, I couldn't expect my daughter to go through that. So I was surprised, Your Honor.
Very interesting. So you're a sad father?
Yes, and then I'm a very reputable person. People respect me in society. I'm a man of God as well. So I was surprised that my only daughter could do that.
I don't know about the man of God, because you have been here before. Okay, Your Honor, no further questions.
Counsel, do you have any cross-examination?
Priest, tell me, you are man of God of man. What are you?
Your Honor, I am a pastor.
Your Honor,
Counsel.
priest, remember my mind. The last time you came to this court, that time, what are you?
I was an elder.
Elder what?
I was an elder of a church.
But today you are hot.
I'm a pastor. I've been ordained as a full pastor.
So you have moved forward.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, tell me, have you seen other people's children take this thing, bikini photo, or something else before?
No, Your Honor.
You have not seen any photo before?
I have not seen because I desist from it. It's against my rules.
Now, how do you see before you see that this thing? Your Honor,
Your Honor.
if you have not seen that thing, how you know that this thing, I'm the just on it? Huh? Maybe you have seen, but you have not enjoyed that thing. But if you tell me that you have not seen because you have this, what are you talking about? Have you watched TV before?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you watched film before?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are you done, Your Honor? How many times have you watched TV that somebody have not kissed somebody or somebody have not come to take a walk about the bush? The person is wearing this thing. This man is talking about something else.
That will be it for you, right?
Oh yeah, the man is consistency.
Very well. So, sir, forgive me, but I have to ask you this question. As a man of God who obviously loves his daughter, how come that she has been in this, for this length of time, completely at your blind side, under your own roof?
Your Honor, that is to my surprise. Because I've been preaching a lot about some of these things for quite a long time. And ever since her mom traveled outside the country, I started experiencing, strange behavior from her. So I don't know whether it's because her mom is not here, and because I've been busy, that is how come her friends, probably introduced her to a thing like that.
So would you accept that to an extent, you have not been close enough to monitor and therefore protect her from such vices?
Your Honor, in a way, I will admit, because if her mom was here, she would have been in a good position to monitor her than I do.
And you said the mom is traveled?
Yes, outside the country.
For a long period?
Yes, she's going for further studies.
I see. So now that you have discovered all of this, what arrangement are you putting in place to ensure that she's protected?
Yeah, Your Honor, I have to take it upon myself and monitor her closely, and find out why she actually went into that.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Well, obviously, this court takes issues pertaining to the well-being of children, especially of minors, very seriously. And as you can see, this is a question of the protection of a minor versus a company's interest in growing their revenues versus a father's care for his daughter. And so I guess it's only right that we have somebody come in the court as a friend of the court to...
Your Honor, please, as I got to stand there, I look at the man's face to remember myself what time I've seen the man come to some court. But I've not remembered myself. As I'm sitting here, the thing I've come to my mind said, crowd. And I know. Your Honor, the last time this man who said at that time,
Which man? Proceed.
The last time this man who said at that time his elder come to the court, that time he and some man be said that they have do some company, and that company, if you come to take lotto, you take then that time you win,
counsel,
you get some
counsel.
You wanna know? Please.
Counsel.
Yo, no. Your Honor, this one, I'm not letting the thing go.
Excuse me?
No. Your Honor, the mind
counsel.
deceive people.
You resist from disturbing me in my own court.
Your Honor, I have raised objection. So, as I raised objection, you have heard me before.
Your objection is overruled. It has no consequence to this story.
How you have
it has no consequence to this case.
No, I have not finished this thing.
Well, it's overruled.
Then objection again. Because this my
counsel.
Your Honor, as for the objection there, as I've said, they say that's what they say the way they do it.
Punisher.
That time, if Punisher do me anything, this one is human rights abuse. Because
counsel,
lawyer raised objection, two of us.
You have a choice.
Very good.
You either follow my instructions, shut up and sit down, or you continue talking and we'll have Punisher eject you from our court.
Then, that time, objection.
Punisher,
Your Honor,
please save the court some decency by ejecting this gentleman out of our company.
Lawyer Inti Kakache Bombay.
That's right.
Please, will you follow me out?
Of course, I'm going to follow you.
Lawyer, hurry up, lawyer. I haven't got all day.
And go somewhere, please.
Hey! Let's go.
Very good.
Well, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. It's important for us to get an expert's opinion on the subject matter to help the court to arrive at a conclusion that's beneficial to all. We have the honor of an expert witness to put her professional experience at the service of the court. So we'll call Dr. Anna Abdullabi to the podium to assist us in this endeavor. Oh. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam, welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much for joining us to help us resolve this case.
Anytime, Your Honor.
I believe the facts have been made clear to you, and I'm wondering what your thoughts are from your expert opinion position as an official of the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor. I find it very unfortunate that even now a council is defending this act knowing very well that a minor is involved, knowing that through his education he learned that in any case involving a minor, the welfare of that minor, and a minor in our constitution is anybody below the age of 18. And the fact that in any case involving a minor, the welfare of the minor is paramount and considered above any other thing. And the fact that exploitation of children is against our laws, and also that it is the duty and responsibility of every father to ensure that their child is protected against abuse, harm, and any form of hazard, including physical and moral hazard. This is a clear case of moral hazard, as is indexed on the morality of our country and even her immediate family. This is in no way acceptable in our society and our constitution.
Thank you very much. But I'm sure you also heard of the PRO's efforts to engage with the father of the child in an attempt to have some kind of a gentleman's agreement, if I may describe it so, relative to the underage girl's involvement in this. But for the fact that this was coming up in court, this would probably have gone ahead. What is your comment on such an engagement relative to a minor? Just for emphasis.
It is the state's responsibility to protect the child, the children of our nation. Even if the father was to agree, the state wouldn't. We frown, the state's frown, the constitution frowns upon such act. So even if there were a gentleman's agreement, and we need fathers like this to stand up and then fight and protect the dignity, the sanctity of our nation, because this is no way acceptable at all. So there can never be any gentleman's agreement to something that is illegal. Our constitution says no, and it is no. It doesn't matter who comes to negotiate or to have some form of agreement. Our laws frowns on it.
And so if you may be given the opportunity, what would be your advice relative to the owner and PRO of this platform that is engaging the services of an underage child?
The fact that it's even into such acts, it's even against our laws. And they're involving a minor without knowing, according to them, is totally unacceptable. Who would engage the services of another person who employs somebody without going through the necessary checkup? How was she even employed? Even our labor laws doesn't. So I don't even know how their recruitment process is. I think such a company should be shut down immediately for violating our laws. I think they have no place in our society. And the fact that they are even defending it now, it's even a bigger problem. I think we have cause to worry for the youth of our nation.
Very well. Dr. Adolabi, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I believe your input has been useful to the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may please return to your seats. And so at this point, I believe the court is very clear in its mind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Relative to the subject under discussion.
That's right.
Will counsels and their clients be on their feet? That goes for you as well. Well, first of all, on the subject of the disrespect of lawyer Inti to the court, may it be registered in the records of the court that the court takes extreme exception to that. And the court further takes note of the fact that previous fines to the same lawyer have still not been redeemed by the court. And such behavior of recalcitrance and disrespect to the court shall not be accepted to any measure at all.
Yes.
And so for that,
judge we've been waiting for.
And so for that reason, I believe fines are no more punitive enough when it comes to lawyer Inti.
Yes.
And so, may it be registered in the records of the court that the court sentences lawyer Inti into 2 weeks on remand. Hopefully, on his return, he would have discovered a new persona that allows him to be respectful to the court. On the subject matter of the case at hand, I find it truly disappointing indeed, madam, that not only would you operate the business that you do under the structure that you do, where obviously supervision is very limited and control measures are not fully put in place. But you would actually have the audacity to bring to court a matter relating to an underage child when the father is obviously trying to protect his own child. For that reason, it is the order of the court that the adulthub.gh will immediately be suspended from operations, not for producing adult content, which is allowed, but for not having the right internal structures to ensure that their own policies are duly fulfilled to the very letter. So they will remain suspended until such a time that they can prove to the court that they have put in place the right procedures.
Oh, Your Honor, I can even take over. I can...
Counsel. To ensure that no underage children are ever employed going forward in their business, and that every other process, procedure, and regulations pertaining to this kind of business are followed to the letter. Thirdly, relative to the child we are talking about, 17-year-old young girl. It is rather disappointing, I must say, that as you have admitted yourself, your so-called busy schedule has denied you of the opportunity of bonding with your daughter and therefore knowing what is going on in her life and securing and protecting her. And I think all fathers and all parents should be well advised to find ways beyond their heavy duties to be able to still fulfill their obligations towards their children. And so with immediate effect, the court further instructs that these gadgets that have been seized from the child would immediately be surrendered to the court, and the court will take full possession of them on behalf of the state. Whilst the parents will sign a bond to ensure that they would continue very close supervision of the child until she gets to 18, when she will then be considered a full adult. Considering that she still remains an underage child, make it be very clear to all here that any reporting of the proceedings of this court shall exclude her name, her identity, her school, or anything that allows anybody to be able to identify her, because she still remains underage. And anyone who goes in breach of this instruction will be against the rulings of this court. I believe with all this said and done, the only matter left is on what happens to Madam for operating this system. As was clearly espoused, the law gives a minimum 7 years and a maximum 25 years prison sentence. Is there anything you want to say for yourself before the court pronounces judgment on you?
Please, let's be first.
Madam, I'm giving you the opportunity to speak for yourself.
No.
You have nothing to say in your defense. You have no apology to make, no remorse to show.
Your Honor, maybe
Counsel.
she wants to sing this song.
Counsel, this is not the time.
Your Honor, no relation.
Madam, this is your last opportunity to show some remorse.
I'm sorry.
Well, the court takes note of the remorse shown by Madam, and so the court will suspend a sentence of 7 years in prison, suspended, and would, however, confer a fine of 5,000 Ghana cedis to be paid to the court, and a bond of good behavior sustained over the next 15 years to cover her life and her operations. This is the judgment of the court.
All right. The judge, Opumpa, Kabote.
Munyache moko na sumo babwa miyo Keta sishe roye kankan And a dream ukuto Africa Sepe Jumampoa, it is whom you know. Arehukuti, Nasha Makumado, Ewafi Kenya Buano, Ewafi Kenya Buano, Ewafi Kenya Buano, Ewafi Kenya Buano, Naya Kolo. Let us all unite and celebrate together. The victory is won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. Oh, 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 sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky. Let us make Africa the tree of life.